This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
How long will this last? If you stepped outside today, you may have wondered, what is on fire? Okay, it's actually smoke drifting down from wildfires in Oregon and Northern California, but it is so strong. Paul Hagan and our weather team called a first alert weather day today, and it was needed. Here is what it looks like around the Bay Area right now. Air quality quickly deteriorated as the day went on, and some areas are now in the unhealthy range. So right now in San Francisco, it actually has the worst air quality in the world. I'll say that again, in the world. As our chopper flew over the city, look at that, Alcatraz Island barely visible. Most people we talked to definitely noticed the smoke. Take a listen.
And I can tell that with my voice and stuff, it's getting a little bit scratchy. And you can smell it in the air.
If I work outdoor, I would wear mask if it gets worse.
If it gets worse than that, I guess I'll lock up myself in the house and close the windows.
All right, here is a view of a hazy Golden Gate Bridge in Marin County. We're hearing that some outdoor athletic practices have been canceled for good reason because of the air quality. And there's not much relief on the way. The bad air expected to stick around through tomorrow. We have the worst air quality in the world in parts of the Bay Area?
The world, in San Francisco right now. The worst air quality in the world. Still no spare the air alert from the Air District.
Yeah, I feel like it happened quickly this afternoon. Obviously, to your credit,
Right.
You guys called the first alert, but that doesn't change for the air quality management?
You've got to react to what's happening.
Okay.
And they called the air quality advisory for tomorrow, but that's below that threshold. And I mean, we're into just terrible air quality across the Bay Area.
Yeah, I mean, people are canceling sports, which is good because you're saying that air quality is like smoking cigarettes if you're outside.
Right. We'll talk about the cigarette equivalent of the air quality in just a few minutes. But let's just take a look at it right now. And this is the view from San Jose, which had some of the better air quality across the Bay Area throughout the day. And now you see that orange hue on the horizon as we get closer to sunset and just the haze that is hanging out. The smoke has been drifting down from far northern California and from southwestern Oregon. The Lightning Complex fires there and the Anvil fire burning in southwestern Oregon. The smoke has been taking a long journey down the coast, and then the onshore breeze just grabbing it and sending it right through the Golden Gate, initially concentrating it right around the bay, but now it has been spreading farther and farther inland over the Oakland and East Bay hills into the inland parts of the East Bay, and now spreading farther into the Santa Clara Valley. For a big part of today, Santa Clara Valley still had moderate air quality readings. That has deteriorated significantly over the past couple of hours. These aren't the official EPA sensors, but those have been also registering either unhealthy for sensitive groups readings in the orange or just flat out unhealthy air quality readings in red. We are also watching the potential for offshore winds to elevate the fire threat in parts of the Bay Area tomorrow night into early Thursday. A fire weather watch in effect for the North Bay Mountains from 11 p.m. tomorrow through 11 a.m. Thursday. Wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour and low humidity levels combining to boost that fire threat for mercifully a fairly short window of time, only 12 hours or so. We'll talk more about the fire weather conditions there, and we'll take a look at how the air quality might improve at least a little bit over the next couple of days coming up in a few minutes.
Yeah, important updates. All right, thank you. And here is what we all can do to protect ourselves from the smoke. If possible, stay indoors with your windows and doors closed. If you need to go outside, wear a mask and drink a lot of water to stay hydrated. All right, on to another issue across the Bay Area. But as we know, the fentanyl crisis is hitting San Francisco especially hard. So the city just saw one of its deadliest months for overdoses. 84 people died in August alone, and that is up from 74 in July. At this pace, the total will surpass the city's worst year for overdose deaths, which was 2020. Well, now the city's health department is trying something new. It's launching a dashboard to publish overdose numbers, as well as the number of people entering treatment. So our Wilson Walker spoke with one user on the street about what he thinks would actually help.
Yeah, like every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes there's a siren, and I just only assume that it's for an overdose.
On a south of Market alleyway with emergency responders working in multiple directions at a single time, Jay is living in the middle of San Francisco's drug crisis, something he will tell you he is struggling to pull out of.
I don't know anything else except do what I got to do to hustle up cash, get my motel room, get my dope, and yeah.
Everybody's asking about getting help for folks out here. What would be the best kind of help for you? What are you most interested in?
The best kind of help for me and every single junkie is get them off the streets, get them housing, put them in residential treatment. I've tried outpatient. You know, it's not It's not a 24-hour fucking helpline. You need somewhere where you can go.
We are interested in showing there are multiple pathways of treatment.
We want to make sure that people not only understand that, but understand that there is hope, that recovery is possible.
With the numbers now on pace for the deadliest year on record, health officials say they're going to be rolling out more information, not just an accounting of the casualties, but a better look at what's being done to prevent them. For example, how many people are showing up here at 1380 Howard Street if someone is looking for some kind of treatment? This is one place where that journey can begin.
We have counted 417 people who have entered residential substance use treatment through DPH from January through June of this year, 2023.
Personally, my main problem is that access, the availability, how cheap it is, and
having tried a couple different programs and willing to try again, Jay says this is the one thing standing in the way.
And this stuff right here is probably about $30 a gram. The cheaper you can get for as low as $10, $5 a gram, but that stuff's garbage, you know, doesn't get you high.
So there's a lot of quality concerns right now.
At least with the users, you know. The drug dealers don't care if we live or die. They don't care if, you know, our legs fall off.
I also think, candidly, there's a sense of hopelessness and despair with regard to the overdose epidemic that we're seeing, again, not only in San Francisco, but across the country.
The hope is that more information about who's getting help and how they're doing it can encourage more people to ask for help and shed a little more light on what is working and what is not.
Encouraging conversation about both what is happening in our city and what are the possible steps we can take to change that reality.
Good luck to anybody, you know, using right now. You can get off of it and you can do it. I believe in you, but they would have to make the call. You know, the users would have to make the call. It's on you.
Now, a big part of the city's messaging effort is going to be the effectiveness of medically assisted treatment, namely buprenorphine, to manage withdrawal. They also say they'll possibly start releasing even more information, like where are people coming from, what is getting them into treatment, what's pushing them that direction, all that possibly in the information that is still to come as the city tells us a little bit more about the crisis that is unfolding right here in front of all of us.
All right, so this dashboard went live yesterday and it will be updated every month. All right, let's talk about public safety now in Oakland. The City Council discussing a resolution prioritizing public safety. And this comes as overall crime in the city is up 28% from last year. So it calls for the city administrator to evaluate options for increasing police and 911 dispatch staffing and creating a grant program for the city to buy more security cameras. This resolution was introduced by Dan Cobb, who also is running for state senate. You know, fear over crime in Oakland is certainly igniting debate over what messages should be coming from the local chapter of the NAACP. Some other activists say the Oakland branch is going against the organization's wider principles. John Ramus dives into this controversy.
When it comes to the difficult balance between fighting crime and fighting social injustice, who is it that speaks for the black community in the city of Oakland? That's what's at the heart of this fight over the NAACP. On the issue of crime in Oakland, the local chapter of the NAACP has been front and center. On Monday, they gathered to criticize the city's missing of a deadline that may have cost millions of dollars in funding to combat retail theft.
As you know, we have been fighting for public safety all summer. Remember, this is a civil rights issue. What is going on in Oakland is a civil rights issue. The buck stops with the mayor.
The group was galvanized by the firing of Oakland's African-American police chief, LaRon Armstrong. But there are those who object to the use of the NAACP's name to push for more law enforcement funding. They feel it contradicts the organization's historic struggles. Some local activists held a news conference in downtown Oakland to express their outrage.
The Oakland branch is currently using its position to hijack the legacy of the historic organization and using it as a weapon against their opposition.
So we have come here today to demand that they make a reverse on all of their positions, except for the bringing back of Chief Armstrong. But they must start operating in a manner that serves this community.
Civil rights attorney Walter Riley says he's been involved with the national organization since the 1960s, but he discontinued his involvement on the local level because of the controversy, including the recent criticism of Alameda County's first black district attorney, Pamela Price.
I have an allegiance to the national organization and the work that we were doing at that time, and the work that the national organization has professed to be doing at the present time. I say shame on the local leadership for their attack on black leadership here in Oakland.
You mean to tell me we want to talk about what you want to talk about instead of public safety? Public safety is #1 problem in the city of Oakland right now.
Bishop Bob Jackson, a local NAACP member and frequent speaker at their events, says it's not a political fight over individuals. He says it's about what's happening out on the streets.
The NAACP has just stood up to say we need to do something about public safety in the city of Oakland. There was nobody talking about public safety. All these people that's coming out of the woodworks talking against what we're saying, and they're against what we're standing for. How in the world can you stand against public safety when people are dying in our street?
The opponents have sent a letter to the national organization requesting they do something to bring the local chapter back in line. The problem is, both sides feel they are speaking for the majority of black residents in Oakland, as if the fight against crime and the fight against injustice cannot coexist.